Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks and welcome today to another 3-mark video. Today we're going to be 3-marking the T-10. Now this wasn't actually the game I 3-marked the tank. The game I 3-marked was not quite as good as this. I think I only did 3.5k damage or something. It was literally, I got so close, I think it was with this game or with one of the games, that it literally the next game I needed to do basically an average game plus a little bit. So I thought instead I'll show you a slightly better game. But yeah, 3-marking the T-10. Now, the T-10 is actually, well, it wasn't the T-10 back then. It was the IS-8, I'm pretty sure. Was the first tank I ever got a single mark of excellence on. This was just after they came into the game back whenever that was, a long time ago. And I decided, you know what, I feel like I should 3-mark it. Also, may I say, one of the easiest 3-marks and probably the least stressful 3-mark I've ever done. Well, done so far. I literally just went, I'm going to 3-mark this thing. Played it for 4 games. Oh, I've 3-marked it. It was, for me anyway, really bloody easy. But in saying that, the T-10 is literally, when people ask me on stream, what's your favourite style of tank to play? What's your best type of tank to play? I say fast heavies or heavy mediums or medium heavies. And then give examples as the T-10, the 277, the I don't know, the Chieftain, things like that. So it's very much yeah, it's one of the tanks I'm going to play well because it is one of my favourite tanks to play. And I find doing damage in this thing very, very easy. All things considered, though, I do think if you guys want to try to 3-mark a tier 9, I think the T-10 is a very good place to start. I think a lot of people play it because, obviously, a lot of people, first thing they do in the game is go down the Russian heavies. Obviously, it used to be all to the IS-7. And I think you still get quite a lot of people go to the IS-7, but you still get quite a lot of people get to the T-10 and play the T-10 as well. So that obviously means a lot more people playing it. The 3-mark kind of goes down a bit because you, no offense to some people, but you have slightly worse people playing it. It makes it easier to 3-mark. Also, it's a bloody good tank. It's really, really good. It's got the gun, it's got mobility. Armor is, well, very, very meh. But as you see from me bouncing a 277, it's not paper thin. It still bounces rounds every now and again, like if you're angled like this and someone shoots the wrong side of your upper plate. Obviously, the turret's pretty good. It has got cupolas, but it's a very, very good all-round tank. It's, yeah, I can't say much more. Anyway, in this game, we are on Redshire. I don't know how the hell I say it. It's too early in the morning for this. I always record early in the mornings. This is usually why you hear me yawn. And me mentioning yawning, I'm probably going to yawn. I'm going to try not to because I've been told I yawn a lot in videos, which is true. But yeah, we're on Redshire. It's a decent matchup. There's some tier 10s, but there's also some tier 9s, and obviously there's also there's obviously tier 9s, and there are also some tier 8s, which is quite nice. I don't know how that shot bounced off the 277. That's puzzling to me. We've come over to the heavy corner. A bit of advice on Redshire: if you are in a heavy and you spawn south side, come to the heavy corner. If you're in a heavy and spawn north side, don't come to the heavy corner. Sit back here. Because if you push up and come all the way to here and there's a light tank that comes here from the other side, you get shot by everything sat up here. It's absolutely awful. Which is why I don't go to this side of the map from the north flank. Oh, hello there, T-44. Oh. Again, how the hell did that bounce? Bounce off a bloody T-44. But yeah, so pretty much what I've been doing is just trying to, not necessarily trade, because 440 alpha, 440 is a lovely alpha. I always say this, 440 is one of the best alphas because it's high enough that you can out-trade things like mediums, like lights, like everything like that. Oh dear, they were having a bit of a domestic there. You can out-trade things like that, but it's also high enough alpha that people don't just want to roll around the corner. But like I said, it's also good enough that you're not trading unfavourably with most things. Obviously, if you trade with a 750 or something, you're going to come off worse. but you're more than likely going to have the reload on them because you've got a half decent reload, and that's what this tank is. It's aim time, it's accuracy. They're not great, but they're not awful. DPM, pretty good. The gun itself, the pen, is absolutely lovely at T-10. 258 on the standard, 340mm heat pen. Can't argue with that. That's just that's things you love to see. Oh, unfortunately, my second shot into the STA goes low. But you see what I mean. If you spawn north and you just sit where this STA-2 is in a heavy, we've got 3 heavies here that aren't pushing across because this STA is sitting there, and we can't afford to push across because they've got guys up here. So you never push into where the STA is. Oh, I should have given more lead on that shot on the STRV. That was really annoying. Oh, hello there, Mr. SUL30. Hi. Catch me. But yeah, it's something that you always have to take into consideration. You should never completely give up the flank. You should always defend it from like this bit here and have guys up the top. But I always think it's far too risky to go across actually into this position because you lose too much health crossing it if a light tank is sat like roughly where I am now, and they've got tank destroyers up on the hill. Oh, Type 61. Oh, we fired very clutch, and I'm shocked that I hit it, but at the same time, it bounced, which is unfortunate. 1390 hit me a bit on the move. I'm like, no, don't do this. Again, bounce off the Type 61. We got very unlucky this game. Watching the replay back now, I remember playing this game, but I don't remember ever getting this unlucky. Bloody bounced off the Type 61 twice. We bounced off that 277 when I don't feel we should have done. Missed that STRV as well. Hey there, SC2. How's it going? A little bit of a drive-by there. Just, how are you doing? Goodbye. Bounce to 1390. Like I said, the armor on this tank, it's not good. It's not particularly good. But it's good enough that light tanks, lower tier tanks are going to struggle with you. Same tier, or when you get up tiered, you got no hope. You've got absolutely no hope whatsoever. Oh, fire at the Progetto when he's already dead. Come on, Max, sort your life out. Can we get some arty? Come on, can we get some arty? He fires, he misses. There we go. Absolutely lovely. Is our arty going to kill him? I would think our arty's probably going to kill him. I honestly can't remember. Do I kill him or does arty? Someone misses. Oh, I kill him. Oh, that's always nice. But that's all she wrote for this game. And yeah, it's... The T-10's just so good. It's a tank that I don't even think I've got a particularly great crew in this tank. I don't even know if I've actually got Sixth Sense. You'll have to... I don't actually notice. You'll have to rewind and tell me if I do. If I do, I'm literally probably a 2-skill crew. We're not talking like I've got a 5-skill crew here or whatever. It's... Because obviously I move my... When I go up in tanks, I move the crews up. So I initially moved the crew out of this thing into the IS-7. And then... when you had to play this thing through again to get the 277, I moved the crew from this to the 277. So, I don't have a great crew in it. And I still feel so comfortable in this tank. It's such an easy tank to play, in my opinion. This is all obviously my opinion. But it's just so easy. It's so comfy. So, I just feel like no matter what the game is, I can do something in the game. If it's a tier 10, you play slightly more support because you can't use your armor. You just use that 440, you can use your 340 heat pen, and just go through everything. In a top tier matchup, you can just absolutely dominate people because you've probably got a similar-ish reload to them, but you've got higher alpha. And you can start to use your armor. It's such a lovely tank. I think I've said that several times. But anyway, that's all she wrote for this game. Like I said, though, I don't think this game was actually the 3 mark, but it's a good example of what you kind of need to do to 3 mark it. This was a over-the-top game. I think to 3 mark it was just over 3,000 average damage, which is not that bad, bearing in mind, obviously, you can get tracking with that. And that's some advice to everyone. If you're trying to 3 mark, but you're struggling to hit the averages just doing damage, just track people. If you go around a corner and you've got 3 teammates who are just about to push around the corner with you, track someone. Because then you're going to get, if they all do 300 each, you're going to get 900 assisted, rather than 300, 400 damage that you would have done. So, yeah, if you're struggling, do tracking. It's always a good thing to do. But anyway, that's enough of me waffling. Let's go take a very quick look at the post-game stats. So, there we go, guys. Like I said, that wasn't... I don't think that was... Oh, it wasn't my 3-mark game. It's also definitely not the best game I've ever had in the T-10. It's just a very, very solid game. 4.9k damage, 1,000 assisted as well, which probably helped a little bit. Although it depends if it was tracking or spotting, because not both don't count at the same time. I was trying to get my English there. So if you do more tracking than spotting, only the tracking counts. If you do more spotting than tracking, only the spotting counts. And that is the one that's added onto your damage. You don't get both. So say you did 1,000 damage, 750 tracking, and 250 spotting. You would only get 1,750 count towards your mark of excellence. It's something that some people don't know. And to be fair, I didn't know until... Well, I'm going to say relatively recently. It wasn't that recent, but in the grand scheme of marks of excellence, it was quite recently. But anyway, that was an ace tanker. One of the reasons I chose this game is because that's also enough to ace the T10. We got a high caliber, which probably unsurprisingly, although that's kind of nice getting that when there are tier 10s in the game, especially when there's an STRV and things like that. 4,904 damage, 4 kills, and 1,446 base XP. This is also a very good... tier 9 is a lovely tier to do, like, mission marathons and XP and stuff, because you get more XP than you do at tier 10, because obviously you're shooting higher tier tanks most of the time. But also, for the mission marathon, like at the minute, you can do the mastery ones. Like, for example, this would have been... +1 to my 4.2k damage, or +1 to my high calibers, or +1 to the finish top of both teams on damage. We fired 23 shots, hit 18 and pen 12. I do feel a lot of those are unlucky. I feel like this could have quite comfortably been a 5.5k game, maybe even a 6k game if some of my shots would have actually hit. We also made credits, which is always nice, because I didn't fire a huge amount of premium rounds, I don't think. Or if I did, I hit enough of them. And we don't use premium consumable in this tank. I could, but I would definitely make sure that I had a full firefighting crew first, because when you're in those top tier matchups and you are the top tier heavy tank, you do not want to catch fire and burn for most of your hit points at any point. And obviously, being a Russian tank, I believe it has the fuel tanks in the front. Don't quote me on that though, because I don't know if that's just the mediums. I might be wrong in saying that, but still, you don't want to burn. So I use a auto fire extinguisher for now. If I end up playing the T10 loads and get a firefighting crew in the tank, then at some point I may swap that out for a premium consumable. But anyway, yeah, like I said, that's all she wrote, guys. If you have enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. Make sure you give the... I keep doing this the wrong way round. Stupid Max. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. I can't even do this right. I can't even be a crap YouTuber right. Honestly, what do you lot watch before? Seriously. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Make sure you turn notifications on as well, so you know when I upload videos. If you guys don't know already, I do have a twitch.tv channel. I stream over there on Wednesdays and Sundays at 8 o'clock GMT. I also do bonus streams, so make sure you follow me and turn notifications on as well. And yeah, other than that, thank you all so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.